Welcome to MolUN with Chris. My name is Chris, and I'll be your host for this. And here's my team.
Alright delegates, so now that you have a better understanding of how MUN works, you have an understanding of how the flow of debate, maybe some points of motions, what you can do, what you can do and what you can say, let's talk about how you're going to say it. So there's two sections that we're going to talk about this, two videos, we're going to break this down, argument construction and then argument content. So this is going to be argument construction. Now let's get the first thing out of the way, alright? If you have the greatest speech written by all the best speechwriters in the world, it doesn't matter if you don't deliver it properly. If you're standing like this, and you deliver the best speech ever, but you look so bored, no one's gonna care, no one's gonna listen, because you're gonna make your audience bored because they think you're bored. Okay, this applies to basically anything. Body language is important. Remember that for school 2 kids. Alright, the next thing we're gonna talk about is point, hook, action. You have 3 key words that is gonna be the guide to how you're gonna actually construct an argument. So typically in MolUN, you only have a short amount of time to deliver what you want to say. So let's just take an example. I'm gonna throw this up here and we're gonna talk about the 3 different things. So your point is, terrorism is bad, right? No one's gonna say terrorism is good. I hope not, please don't do that ever. Okay, so your point is terrorism is bad. That's what you're gonna say. Well, everyone knows terrorism is bad. Everyone's gonna agree with you. Everyone's gonna be, yeah, terrorism is bad. Yeah, I agree with them. But what are you actually getting across to the other delegates? You're not getting into them. It's just repeating and repeating. MolUN conferences are long. You're not progressing the debate. Nothing's happening. That's no good. Second thing you do is hook. You need to get people to actually listen to you. Eventually people just get ear deaf and they don't actually clue into what you're saying. So terrorism is bad. Look at all these people that just died in 9/11. People start listening because you're drawing on their emotions. You're thinking about certain things. You're talking about stats, facts, stories, news articles, whatever it might be that gets people's attention. Maybe something that's really big and out there. You know, some delegates actually really like to slander or attack other delegates. Although this is not recommended, there are other things you can do. You can, for sure, attack ISIS. You can talk about things like that. You can take firmer stances, say some bold things. This might get their attention. Quotes also really work really well here because they sound really eloquent. They have a lot of poetic nature to them. It sounds really romantic, so people really like that. So terrorism is bad. Here's some facts to why terrorism is bad. You're hooking their attention, maybe a nice quote or 2. Then the last thing you're going to talk about is action. So yeah, terrorism is bad. Yeah, all these people just died in the Paris attack. But what are we going to do about it? Well, we're going to all send all these fighter jets, we're going to have a coalition attack force, and we're going to bomb them. Okay, that's the action that you're going to take. You have to propose solutions. Okay, so this is what we're talking about when we look at research. When you look for your research, you want to be able to construct these things. Not necessarily just preparing your arguments in advance because fluidity of debate, you might not be able to present that same argument later. However, you should be able to have a point, you should be able to have a hook, and you're supposed to be able to have an action. This doesn't mean it only has to be about terrorism. You can talk about this with anything. There's an Ebola epidemic. Ebola is bad. Alright? A bunch of people just died from Ebola. So what are we going to do about it? We're going to have quarantine camps. That's the action that we're going to do. Look at things that the UN did in the past. Look at things that countries did in the past. Look at things that your country was involved with, supported in the past. That's the things you want to research. That's what we're going to do. That's how you make an argument. Hope this helped.